Loving My Teacher. A short story written by Esther Ochoga. A story set in a Yoruba village. The sun hung low over the small village of Arimo, casting a golden glow over the red earth paths that wove between mud brick houses. Children played in the fields, their laughter echoing through the air while women pounded yam and fetched water from the stream. It was in this humble village that my story began, my story of love, longing, and a forbidden dream. My name is Adunni, and I was 16 when I first met Mr. Bayo, the new teacher at Arimo Community School. He arrived on a Monday morning, tall and confident, his deep voice cutting through the chatter of excited students. Unlike the older teachers who carried canes and scowled at us, Mr. Bayo smiled often and spoke to us like we mattered. His presence was different, like the cool breeze before the rainy season. From the first day I knew he was special. The way he spoke English, the way he wrote on the blackboard with careful precision, it all fascinated me. I had always been a good student, but suddenly I wanted to be the best. I wanted to impress him. Weeks passed, and my admiration for Mr. Bayo grew into something deeper. Every morning I eagerly awaited his arrival, my heart racing whenever he called my name in class. When he praised my essays, I felt like a queen. When he corrected my mistakes, I wanted to do better, just to see him nod in approval. But I was only a village girl, and he was a learned man from the city. What was I thinking? My best friend Said was the first to notice. "Adunni, why do you always stay behind after class?" she teased one afternoon as we walked home. "I want to learn more," I said, avoiding her knowing gaze. She laughed. "Or maybe you just want to be around Mr. Bayo." I denied it, but deep down I knew she was right. My heart was betraying me. One evening, just as the sun was setting, I lingered behind after class, pretending to have a question about an assignment. Mr. Bayo was at his desk writing in his notebook. When he looked up, his eyes met mine, and for a moment I felt something pass between us, something unspoken but powerful. "Adunni, you are a bright girl," he said. "You must continue your education even after secondary school. You can be anything you want." His words filled me with warmth but also sadness. He saw me as a promising student, nothing more. If only he knew the feelings I carried in my heart. As I walked home that evening, I realized the truth. I had fallen in love with my teacher. In a small village like Arimo, secrets did not stay hidden for long. Soon the whispers began. "That Adunni girl is always following Mr. Bayo around," the women gossiped as they pounded yam. "She is too forward," some said. My mother heard the rumors, and one night she called me into her hut. "Adunni, is it true?" she asked, her eyes searching mine. I lowered my head. "Mama, I only want to learn from him," she sighed. "A teacher is not for you. Soon you will marry a good man and start a family." Marry? The thought filled me with dread. I did not want to be like the other girls, married off at 17, burdened with children before I had a chance to see the world. I wanted more. I wanted knowledge, freedom, and perhaps love. One fateful afternoon, everything changed. I was in the school compound, helping Mr. Bayo arrange books when he suddenly turned to me. "But I have done nothing wrong," I whispered. "I know," he said, his expression pained. "But the world is not always fair." Tears welled in my eyes. Do you care for me at all?" He hesitated, then sighed. "You are a brilliant girl, Adunni, but I am your teacher. I cannot." He stopped as if the words were too heavy to say. At that moment I understood. He respected me, but he could never love me the way I wanted. The next morning I learned that Mr. Bayo was leaving Arimo. His teaching contract had ended and he was returning to the city. I did not go to school that day. Instead I sat by the riverbank, watching the water flow, carrying away the last fragments of my foolish dreams. Years later I left Arimo to attend a university in Ibadan, just as Mr. Bayo had once encouraged me to do. I never saw him again, but his words stayed with me. I had loved him. But more than that, he had taught me to believe in myself, and sometimes that was enough.